Capricorn, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol, and this is going to be a general reading for mid-month July 2024. And so Capricorn, today we're going to be looking at what situation, what problem, issue, decision, or even a pattern is showing up for you for these last 2 weeks of July. And then in the second part of this reading, we're going to be looking at what is driving or impacting this situation that you're sitting in. And by that I mean we're going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive into your shadow. So we're going to be doing shadow work in part 2. If you're unfamiliar with shadow or shadow work, those two terms, I have left a video for you that I've done on my other channel called Carol Cares. And this video is called my 4-step guide to shadow work. And it's all about facing your shadow and how to do shadow work. And really it's about healing your stuff. And all those things that you've put away are definitely going to have an impact. And they're going to spill out into our life, our daily life today. So that's what we're going to do in part 2. And then in part 3, I'm going to ask the tarot for some guidance on what guidance does the tarot have for you to heal this, to start to heal it. And because in order to change the situation or the pattern or the struggle or decision that you're sitting in, you have to go back and heal and figure out what is it that's sitting in my unconscious that needs to heal. And then at the end, I'm also going to link the July 2024 reading that I've done for you. And I'm also going to suggest another video for you from Carol Cares that is related to, that'll help you with healing this particular situation that you need to heal. So we're going to start off with taking a few cards from the Unfolding Tarot by Athene Noctua. And then I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite deck to clarify. So let's begin. I did give these a good shuffle when right before I came on. So can we have for Capricorn, I'm going to ask for one card that's going to talk about the situation, the issue, the pattern that's showing up for them right now. This one was kind of stuck to my hand and wanted to come out. So you got the 9. Oh yes, the 9 of Pentacles. This is a new deck. So I was like, yes, I remember this one. This is the 9 of Pentacles. You can see the pentacles right around the peacock. Is it a peacock? Yeah, around there, around the tail here, feathers. So you have the 9 of Pentacles, and I believe it was in reverse. Okay. That's what you're dealing with. What's coming up from your shadow right here that's driving this? Or affecting it? One card, please. Well, it gave me, I'm not going to take these right here. It gave me the 2 of Cups, the King. I've got to figure out if it's a pentacle. Oh, it's a wand. Yes, the King of Wands. Like I said, it's a new deck, so I'm just getting used to it here. The King of Wands. And you have another 9 here, the 9 of Wands in reverse. All right. Beautiful cards. Just hard when you're working with a new deck to try to figure out, okay, what's the wand look like? All right. Here's one for the Ace of Pentacles is what you got for your advice from the tarot before I began. Okay. So let's go to the clarifiers for this. I'll have a lot easier time with that with my Rider-Waite deck. I love my Rider-Waite deck, but I like to try other decks, and let's go. Can I have some clarification for this 9 of Pentacles, please? That is in reverse. So, let's see. Just a few cards here. One. Did see like it was coming out. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and I hit it when it was coming out. So let's try 1 or 2 more cards here. For the 9, there's 1. Okay, I'm going to end there. All right. 10 of Swords in reverse. And you got the Queen of Cups in reverse. All right, so these 3 cards here. I'm wondering if, I'm going to see if I can get 3 cards up, but I'm wondering if I have to do these one at a time because there's 3 of them. Maybe I need a clarifier under each one. We'll see how that goes. So let's see if I can have a clarifier for, let's see, 9 of Wands. Yeah. King of Swords underneath here. This 2 of Cups. And the King of Wands. This is your second king in this in the shadow part of your reading. That's many cards there. 6 of Wands. And another one. The 6 of Pentacles. And clarify this Ace of Pentacles, please. Alright, you got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Judgment card. And the Ace of Wands. Okay, so let's begin. Got a lot going on here. So what situation are you dealing with? What's the issue? What's going on right now with you, Capricorn? You have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The 9 of Pentacles in an upright position speaks of this man that he's quite comfortable. And it's a card that comes, like Pentacles speak about anything to do with our body. Sometimes it could be our health. It could be our workspace. It could be our self-esteem. And so what I'm seeing here is, in this particular case, the Pentacles, like, he's a gentleman that's very comfortable. And usually it comes from someone that has decided to, the 8 of Pentacles speaks about someone in their workplace that is doing something they like to do and they're very comfortable doing what they like to do. And then when the 9 comes, it's, well, they're now reaching, there's abundance in what you're doing because you're doing something that you like to do. You're following your purpose. But this is in reverse here. And so I'm seeing here that there's some discomfort, Capricorn, on your part. Like you're not feeling, whether it's you're not happy in your job, it's not giving you, like you're not feeling like it's purposeful. You're not feeling, I mean, if it has anything to do with your self-esteem, you're sitting in a place where you're not feeling good about yourself. And so, you're not comfortable. There's not, the 9 of Pentacles has to do with abundance also, right? And so maybe, Pentacles has to do with our money, and so maybe you're sitting in a difficult financial situation. So there's something here, there's a struggle around either money or a struggle around self-esteem, or just maybe you're in a job that you don't want to be in, and you're feeling like, I want to do something purposeful. And the Knight of Pentacles is, we need some clarification on this. So you start off with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight is the part of us that wants freedom, and because they just want to be, they want to be authentic, they want to be themselves. And the Pentacle is all about you. It's the Knight with the Pentacle, and this is like a teenage part of us that just wants that freedom, that wants to taste that freedom. Maybe there's like, what part of you needs freedom from your health, freedom from, what's been going on. Maybe you've had a health condition going on. Maybe you're in a workspace. You want freedom from that workspace. And you want freedom from just feeling this discomfort that you're sitting in right now. It's a general reading. So whatever discomfort it is, the ones I've kind of talked about, what is it that you want freedom from? Because this is blocked here. It's in reverse, this freedom, which makes sense because, you don't have it, but you want it. You're done, like you're fed up, you want it. And I see here that right behind it is the Ten of Swords. And there's all these, the swords speak about us, about our thought patterns in our head and what we're thinking and how we're spinning. And so I'm wondering if this could refer to your self-esteem, where, you have all these things that you've collected throughout all these years of things that people told you about yourself. And, you're not good enough, you don't matter, you're all these things. And this is like this card that has done you in. So you're really feeling like you're done in, like to the point where you're giving up, you're fed up. I did use that already, because all of this spinning in your head and all these things that you've been telling yourself for all these years, well, you're getting tired and you want freedom from that. So you're battling with that. Queen of Cups comes as a last card here for clarification. And she's in reverse. And the Queen of Cups is about emotions. Cups is about what we want, our desires. And the Queen is the feminine aspect of herself. She's the one that is not afraid to be in her body, and she's not afraid to feel her emotions. And she's blocked here. So you have some emotions here that are very much blocked, that need to come forward. There's some feeling that needs to be done here. And oftentimes when the Queen is blocked, she feels this ungrounded anger, and she also feels pretty hopeless. And so I'm wondering here if you're feeling quite hopeless. Maybe you're sitting in some depression and you're wanting freedom from your depression. You're wanting freedom from this anger that's brewing, So this is a situation you're sitting here in. And like I said, it's a general reading, so you take what relates, what resonates with you. And so what's going on? Like, why is there this sense of having no freedom and having these, being tied up to our thoughts and feeling hopeless? And so where is this coming from? And now we look at like a little puzzle here. So we try to figure out, well, what's in your shadow? What happened to you when you're younger? What's in your shadow that's impacting this? Why do you feel like this? Why are you continuing to stay in this discomfort of this situation? Like, why can't you get out? What is it? Because you have to go to your shadow and you have to heal the original source of this. This is what shadow work is. Because your shadow actually is 95%. What's in your shadow, what's sitting in your unconscious, what you don't know, is really 95% of you. This is what your shadow is, 95% of you. but you don't know it. The other 5% is what you consciously are aware of, and that's what you think you are. That's what you think you know about you. If you don't believe those percentages, Google unconscious 95%, and there's an article there you can read about. There's a few in there that you can read about that. It's fascinating stuff about your shadow and how it has the biggest impact on what's going on with your situation now that you're sitting in. And that's why we need to heal it. And so this is about when you're younger, right? Why do you feel like this now? Why are you sitting maybe in this depression or this low self-esteem maybe? You're not feeling comfortable about you. The first card that comes out here is the Two of Cups. Two of Cups speaks about a very intimate, very vulnerable relationship. But it's talking about the relationship you have with you. Being able to celebrate you and who you are. And so I'm seeing here that and I'm going to read it going this way, right? So I'm going to read it vertically now. And behind that is the King of Swords, which explains it. The King is our ego self. It's a masculine part of us. It's our ego self. It's that part of us that says, this thing about authenticity, it's not true. It's bullshit. Like, there was something that was blocking you from getting to know yourself. Something that was blocking you from getting to know who you were, your true self, your authentic self. And then you have another king in here, which is your ego self again that shows up. And the ego self, this one's the wand. This is the king that says, doing anything creative in your life is not worth it. Sometimes when we were younger, we're told that when we want to do something that we want to do, we want to take our life in a new direction, there's something we think we want to do, we want to learn how to play an instrument or something. Well, we quickly learn, it's kind of shot down where it's like, no, that's a stupid idea. No, that's not going to get you anywhere. No. And this is what's happened here. And so this controller, this king, and I'm seeing this as there's definitely a significant individual in your life, one of your caretakers, that has definitely prevented you from getting to know yourself. And maybe it was because that you didn't have an intimate relationship with that caretaker. For some reason, you could have been raised by someone maybe that was absent in some sort of form, where you didn't get to really know yourself. You didn't get to see a reflection of you with that person. And so you didn't get to know your authentic self. You also didn't get to know, you weren't allowed to, dream or do what you wanted to do, or you didn't feel the freedom to be able to take your life in a direction you wanted to go into when you were younger. And right underneath this king is really interesting, because this is the Six of Wands. And sixes in the deck, the number 6 speaks about a duality. The number 6 has a duality aspect to it. On one hand, the card will show you something, and on the other, but it means something. And this particular card, it looks like this person's coming home from a battle, and they've won. There's 2 victory wreaths in the card, and there's victory here. But it's a 6, so you already know you got to look at, well, okay, what's the other side here? You win something, but the opposite of that is you lose. If you take this green blanket and you pull it, you're going to find out what you've lost. And so there's been a loss here for you, for sure. There's a loss here. Sitting here, you wanted to do something, but you weren't allowed. And so there's a loss. And oftentimes, there's some emotions that are tied to loss. There's some grieving some shame sometimes that needs to come out here. And then I look at this one, and this is the nine of wands in reverse. And the 9 of wands talks about this individual. This is in reverse, but in an upright position, this individual. Wands are like this fiery energy. Wands are meant to, take our life in that direction we wanted to go to. But this particular person looks like they've got these wands that are spinning here, and they're red. They're taking off. Something's going on with them. They're very interesting here. I think like this particular card is speaking of, there has been a number of incidents from your childhood that definitely like set you off, that definitely caused you some pain. And it's in reverse here. And definitely because they're sitting in your shadow. And so there's some things here, there's some stuff that needs healing here. For sure. Of when you just weren't allowed to do what you wanted to do. And right underneath that, when you were told you weren't allowed to do this. When you were told, and it sounds like it's been sort of on a continual basis when you were younger. It wasn't just one incident. It was just kind of like an overall theme where, you kind of almost felt trapped a bit, where you just weren't allowed to do what you wanted to do. You just weren't raised in that sort of environment that allowed you to be creative. And I don't mean creative as in drawing, or could have been, but just allowing you to flourish, on your own terms, kind of, or flourish at all. And the 6 of Pentacles explains a lot. The 6 of Pentacles, it's another 6. And so again, there's a duality here to this card. This card speaks about the duality of giving and receiving, because you have this gentleman that is giving out, handing out something to these beggars, but he's only going to hand out what they think they're worth. Because, he asks one, and the one beggar says, I'm worth 3 pentacles. Well, I'll give you 3 coins then. And the other one wants 4. I'll give you 4, because that's what they think they're worth. So this is really a self-worth card. And so it speaks to me that I'm seeing here that you were definitely raised in a situation where you were not, like I said, allowed to be you, allowed to flourish, and it affected your self-esteem. And I think we talked about this self-esteem right here with this 9 of Swords, these things that you've heard people say about yourself, and you're sitting in some depression. So I'm going to say that this depression, this discomfort that you're feeling, just being with you, and this depression is just based on a lot to do with the environment that you were raised in when you were younger. And sometimes we don't remember. Sometimes we know. But you definitely felt like you didn't matter. And that's where the 6 of Pentacles came in. Because what was given to you was, not a lot. And so you took that in as, well, I guess I'm not worth that much then. And this is where this is coming from. So how do you heal your self-worth? How do you begin to heal this self-esteem, so you can start to have this relationship with yourself again, to find out your truth? Well, here's a new offer from the universe. You get the Ace of Pentacles as a new offer, and the Pentacle is your body. And the universe says, well, the one way you're going to heal this is to get out of your head, because this is what's going on with your head. These are all these mental thoughts that have been spinning around in your head for too long now, that you've been listening to, that you got when you were younger. And the Pentacle says, here's another chance for you to get back in your body. And once you get back in your body, you're going to really start to get in touch with your self-worth and where that came from. Because, you know, right now, the Two of Pentacles is going on. You have a decision here to make. You have a decision here to make. And this particular individual is quite distracted, multitasking, ungrounded, right? Very ungrounded. Look at the, you can see the waves in the background, almost like if you think of a person's stomach being so, and we often, well, we process all our emotions in our stomach. And so maybe you're having a lot of stomach issues. But, you know, it's also a card of, you know, sometimes we can have a lot of distractions going on in our life just to keep us away from what we need to do. And so the universe wants you to, it's in reverse here, so the universe wants you to, you know, become grounded. Because this juggler is ungrounded and there's so much going on. So maybe your world has to get a little bit smaller, a little bit quieter, because you have a lot of distractions going on here. And sometimes when we feel this way about ourselves, we can have a lot of distractions going on in our head. Because the next card here is the Judgment card. And the Judgment card speaks about a call from within. Like, I think you're going to hear. This is about getting in touch with your intuition, which is our inner guidance. Because it wants you, the universe wants you to get out of your head, ground, get back into your body. And, you know, get rid of some of your distractions here to get quieter. And to hear this nudge, hear this call from your inner guidance. Because your inner guidance, we all have it. We all are intuitive. Your intuition is going to tell you where you're going next. It's going to tell you where you're going next. It's going to tell you what your next step is. This is the Ace of Wands. This is the new direction. It's a new direction for you here. Capricorn, new direction. That's what's coming up here. So I'm going to leave you with, I want to leave you with a video on grounding, because it's really important. They want you to get back in your body. So I'm going to leave you with a video on grounding. I'm going to leave you a video on July 2024 readings that I did for you. And I'm not sure if I mentioned at the beginning that I will be offering personal readings down the road very soon, actually. And if I haven't said it, stay tuned for that, because I will be offering personal readings with a discount coming up, and I'll be letting you know that. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll be getting notification of that. So I'll talk to you soon, Capricorn. Take care. Bye.